Hello everyone, my dear ones. Today I want to talk to you about the killing and poisoning power of offense because they often write to me asking how to forget an ex, how to forgive them, how to forget about betrayal, how to build new relationships, how to let go of offense. But I will tell you that it doesn't really matter who your offense is against. It could be offense towards your parents, ex-spouse, partner, friend, or even employer. But any stagnation in offense will kill you. In and of itself, offense is not harmful if you don't get stuck in it. You can get offended, distance yourself, or even break off the relationship somehow and calm down. But both of you need to realize that you are just not appreciated enough. The closeness you are counting on is like an external factor that you can't control. By the way, offense can also be inadequate if you imagined a closeness that no one gave you a reason to think existed. It could also be adequate if you had reasons. In any case, short-term offense is a reaction that serves to reset distances and choose a new distance. This is a normal reaction to any imbalance that may occur in any relationship, not just romantic ones. Offense only becomes destructive for those who get stuck in it. And people get stuck in offense for only one reason: they do not want to leave the merger. They want to receive compensation and continue to be in that merger. This is the only reason why offense becomes destructive. And even if the desire to receive compensation and continue in the merger somehow camouflages something else, it is still the same offense. The offended person may simply break off the connection. He thinks he will then be left out in the cold. He wants to receive compensation and wants to extract from the offender what was not given to him and what caused offense. He wants to make him regret and, of course, compensate for the damage. That's where the complaints come from. I really want to forgive him, but I can't. People come to psychologists with such requests, asking for help to forgive their mothers. I don't know, help me heal the wound that my ex-partner inflicted on me. But their real request turns out to be something else entirely. Please help me get compensation. Those who are offended by their mothers want them to realize how wrong they were, repent, change their opinion. I don't know, I started to value this person highly and brought some moral compensation, and maybe someone even expects material investments. Those who are offended by their ex-partners or spouses want them to repent for their lack of love, regret the breakup, and come back with gifts, asking to forget the offense. They want compensation, and if a psychologist, for example, suggests giving up on it, the offense is transferred to the one who made such a suggestion.
They think he wants to take away what is rightfully theirs, and they stubbornly believe that they should be compensated for some injustice. The person doesn't want to let go of their grievance, because they believe that this is the only way to get what they want. But if they refuse everything, the offended feel like they are being asked to be tolerant, to give in, to yield territory.
The offense only grows in this case, and time alone will not heal it. The only way to heal is to distract yourself from the offense and focus on something else. If you keep dwelling on it, you'll only give it more energy and it will poison you. Resentment holds you in the past and prevents you from living in the present. You constantly ruminate events related to the offense that caused the resentment, collecting more evidence for a potential lawsuit in order to prove the offender's guilt and obtain compensation. However, this will not give you any chance for compensation, as it is not related to the offender's own feelings or experiences. While the offender goes on living their life, you are stuck in the past. And this is dangerous because any thoughts that arise in your mind trigger a chemical response in your body, creating the same emotional reactions as if you were reliving the event in real time. You are essentially stuck in a time warp, like a fly caught in a spider's web. Moreover, resentment puts you in a low position, and you may unconsciously enjoy being in this position because it reinforces your belief that you have been wronged. However, by doing so, you remain in a state of suffering and deprived of dignity, and you are not able to move on to become a stronger and happier person. If you continue to cultivate resentment, you will remain unhappy and offended, and will not be able to receive any compensation. Therefore, it is essential to let go of resentment as soon as possible. Resentment is a toxic force that affects you both chemically and emotionally, and it is not something you have imagined. By being stuck in resentment, you are essentially trapping yourself in a gas chamber. It is important to understand that resentment is a signal of distancing and a reaction to a threat to one's well-being and safety. Therefore, it is understandable why the body reacts to it by releasing chemicals that cause negative emotions and painful sensations. To overcome resentment, you must recognize when it is time to distance yourself from the situation and move forward. And if you feel fear, of course, it becomes bad and you want to quickly leave the place where you feel uncomfortable. Resentment can be a toxic emotion that keeps you stuck in the past. To overcome it, you must recognize when it's time to distance yourself from the situation and move forward. If you feel fear or offense, your body reacts by wanting to leave, but simply physically leaving isn't enough. You also need to break the mental connection to the situation and the offender. Continuing to engage in mental dialogue or recreating scenarios with the offender only perpetuates the poisonous effect of the offense, and even compensation crumbs aren't worth the hurt and resentment they cause. It's important to let go, straighten your shoulders, and move on, even in the case of serious damage caused by offense. Remember, this process may be unpleasant, but it is a form of therapy that can ultimately lead to greater peace and happiness in your life.
Goodbye.
For now.